Hey guys, I'm Madan Parthasarathi and I'm a junior product designer who's working at this AI startup. And I just want to talk about this blog that I read. Right, it's something I keep coming back to the last few months. And as somebody who's a junior and still kind of learning a lot of stuff, I'm in that weird situation where I don't know what I want to get into. But this blog is something that I keep coming back like constantly about, right? So this guy is Luke W, who is he's a pretty great guy. He's managing Sutter Hill Ventures VC fund, but he was product director at Google. He's done a lot of stuff, but the reason why I like him a lot is because he's a very prolific writer. Has tons and tons of very good topics that he's talked about and written about, and he's a good thing that I read across, right? So, what he has to say is something called AI has flipped software development, and this is an article I came across in Hacker News, where he says for years it's been faster to create mockups and prototypes of software than it is to ship production. As a result, software design teams could stay ahead of engineering, which is true. Right, currently where I'm working at, we are pretty much 3 to 4 months ahead in the product roadmap, and that gives us some time for kind of not rushing through design details and taking our time through the design process to make features, right? So now that AI coding agents make development 10x faster, flipping the traditional software development process on its head. So this guy is just like AI coding tools change this dynamic. Basically, lot of development teams are now out ahead of design, and to be more specific, they're collaborating with AI agents, right? So this means new features become code super fast at a furious pace. This is his way of saying, coding agents speeded up the whole thing way faster. But when software is coded this way, it lacks UX refinement and thoughtful integration, right? And this is the work that designers used to do up front, but now need to clean up afterward. It's like the development process got flipped around. So this is something that stuck with me. If right now we are working with snapshots of features where we take PNGs, kind of make it into good working prototypes, but the prototypes lack depth. They lack some sort of functionality, right? There's so many conversational design features that come out right now. We have ChatGPT, which is a chat, Perplexity chat, so many other chat features. But Figma doesn't have an input field. It does not have an input field. It is in no way capable of handling the amount of complexity that we need to take a raw feature that this guy is saying will happen and build on top of it, right? There, I think something that will stand out and be super helpful is the ability to manipulate code directly and being able to just integrate LLMs and API, because you can't integrate an LLM into a Figma prototype right now, which is kind of crucial if you're gonna create for an AI startup, right? I built for an AI startup right now, and it's hard to kind of manufacture manually what an LLM would produce. And it's just weird fake scenarios that we're creating, and it doesn't really reflect real development stuff, right? So I do think the coding kind of knowledge will come super in handy. So I'm a designer. I have no coding experience. I've written some software for hardware components, some keyboards, but that's it. Like I have zero software design, zero front end knowledge. So this guy ends up with saying it's an awesome time to be a designer. Like instead of waiting for months, you can just start playing with working features and ideas. Now, to play with these features, we do need to code. And as someone who is kind of starting to get an interest into software design, it seems like a good idea to think and learn about software. It's pretty much high time right now, right? And since I'm a junior, I'm thinking a lot about what I want to get into, what things I want to do for the future of my career. And this is something that I came across. It's this tweet by Michael Girdley. He says, most people have seemed to approach the search for life's work backwards. You're supposed to talk to a few people, blah, 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 decide a search in next 50 years. Pretty stupid process. And what he's done is just seeing life as a process of elimination and seeing yeah, just trying to do a bunch of things and stopping when you don't find fulfillment. And I think that's a pretty good model of looking at this thing because it's something I've done in college while I was working in design. I did graphics design. I went very deep into animation and advertisement production. I did not like that. Became very evident once I did that thing for like 3 months. It became very cumbersome, right? So I really like this mental model of approaching how you want to structure what you want to do. So I was like, okay, let me try this front end design thing. Let me just, jump into Cursor, see what I can kind of do. So I was me. This is me just talking to Cursor, and it gets there pretty well. Like with the MCP, Figma MCP and stuff, it gets there pretty well. You can get stuff moving, but it's not great. As soon as you hit some level of complexity, things start to break, and I have no understanding of how to troubleshoot this, and it just doesn't work. So I have so many iterations where things just don't work and are just half-assed projects which have to be like shut down, right? They have to be sunset after a while. So I was kind of going through this, and I was reading this book by Justin Skycak, who has a very great book called Advice on Upskilling. And he talks about this a little bit. He says, most people try a bunch of random stuff in a random order, inconsistently, see a little progress, and give up quickly. They think they can't climb the tree when really it's just that they can't reach a tall branch directly from the ground. This perfectly illustrates what my problem is with vibe coding tools, Cursor. Like I can get to some sort of complexity, like it's just randomly, inconsistently. But as soon as I want to do something in depth, I just give up, right? I just see little progress and I give up. So yeah, what he says next is you need to have some prerequisites in place, right? So the difference between having some prerequisites in place is something seeming confusing and inaccessible versus, wait, this is all it. It's easy to think you lack learning ability when really you just lack prerequisite knowledge. I think this is just pretty much sums up all the problems I have with getting to a stage where I can do high fidelity prototyping. And this is just a brilliant book, and a lot of his articles are very, very insightful. Definitely, I'll put this in the comments or the link down below so you can check it out yourself. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of come out and publicly say that I've started to do this front end developer kind of just front end course that I just found online. It's nothing special. I think this was just what came up when I Googled for it. But I think it will be helpful to look after 10 years, look back and think about this as a pivotal moment where I decided that this could be a potential opportunity, because I'm just trusting what Luke and Justin Skyzak are saying here, because they've been doing this for way more than for way longer than I have, and I'm just assuming that they have some sort of truth in what they're saying. They had some sort of insight that they could call upon. And yeah, maybe like 10 years down the line, this could be like a pretty cool thing to look back and see, hey, this is a pivotal moment of my skill development career. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I will keep you guys updated. I think I'll post a lot more from here. Yeah, good. See ya. Bye-bye.